benevolent viewers, welcome to the concluding episode of our three-part series, Warming Oceans, a call to end the climate crisis. Over the last few decades, the world's oceans have been warming at a rapidly increasing rate. In parts 1 and 2, we learned about how warmer seas are decimating marine life and causing an alarming rise in sea levels. On today's program, we'll explore how ocean warming is contributing to extreme weather events. As ocean waters warm, evaporation increases, and when the resulting humid air interacts with weather disturbances, raging winds and unusually heavy rainfall can occur. Various climate scientists have shown the link between ocean surface temperatures and tropical storm intensity, with warmer waters powering more energetic storms.
Higher sea level and warmer temperatures may lead to more intense storms, such as hurricanes and typhoons. The theory is when there's a greater difference in temperature from the atmosphere to the oceans, it may lead to not an increase in the frequency of hurricanes, but more intense hurricanes.
Warmer waters in both the Gulf of Mexico and Atlantic Ocean have spawned some of the strongest storms on the planet. The warmer the water, the more chaotic and extreme the weather event will be. Supreme Master Ching Hai also told this in the conference, which took place in Orizaba on November 16, 2009.
Speaking of disasters in particular, the rise in intensity and frequency of storms comes from the warming of the ocean, which changes weather patterns. This past decade saw several such devastating events, like Hurricane Mitch in 1998, which took the lives of nearly 20,000 Central American brethren, as well as Mexican fellow citizens.
One example of a storm getting a steroid boost from abnormally warm waters was Hurricane Michael in 2018. In just 2 days, as the storm moved across the Gulf of Mexico, it rapidly intensified into a Category 5 hurricane. With wind speeds of almost 260 kilometers per hour, Hurricane Michael became the most powerful hurricane on record to hit the Florida Panhandle. Similarly, it was reported that ocean temperatures fueled Hurricane Harvey in August 2017. As Harvey moved across the Gulf of Mexico, hotter than normal conditions supercharged the storm before it made landfall on the Texas coast. Hurricane Harvey caused more than 100 deaths, flooded hundreds of thousands of homes, and caused $125 billion in damage. According to Dr. Kevin Trenberth, a distinguished senior scientist from New Zealand's National Centre of Atmospheric Research, as climate change continues to heat the oceans, we can expect more supercharged storms like Harvey. Sea surface temperature creates altered atmospheric conditions that drive large-scale changes in weather patterns. Climate scientists are warning that warming oceans will contribute to even more severe weather disturbances in the future. During the summer of 2020, global ocean temperatures reached record highs, with sea surface temperatures being consistently 1 to 2 degrees Celsius above normal. In September, around the Gulf of Mexico, the Caribbean, and the coast of Africa, where many storms develop, these anomalies increased to 2 to 3 degrees Celsius above normal. As various countries experienced a record number of supercharged storms, cyclones, and and hurricanes. On November 3, 2020, Eta, a Category 4 hurricane, ripped through the Central American countries of Honduras, Guatemala, and Nicaragua, killing dozens of people and causing massive destruction. Then, on November 16, 2020, Hurricane Iota, another Category 4 storm with winds of up to 250 kilometers per hour, struck the same nations, making landfall just 24 kilometers south of where Eta had struck. The torrential rains from these back-to-back hurricanes caused deadly landslides, flash flooding, and widespread destruction. Throughout Central America, the storms killed approximately 200 people, left an estimated 150,000 homeless, and caused billions of dollars worth of damage. In 2020, tropical storms and typhoons also battered many countries in the Pacific Ocean region. In August, Typhoon Hagupit hit eastern China, creating 4.0-meter high waves and causing 200,000 people to be evacuated. Less than 2 weeks later, severe tropical storm Makela struck the same area. Meanwhile, 3 back-to-back typhoons swept through the Korean peninsula in a span of just 2 weeks. In October 2020, Tropical Storm Linfa blasted Olac, also known as Vietnam, Cambodia, and neighboring countries, bringing heavy rainfall, landslides, and flash flooding. In Cambodia, more than 40,000 hectares of crops and paddy fields were destroyed by flood waters. In Olac, also known as Vietnam, Linfa was the 6th tropical storm to strike the nation in 2020, producing heavy rainfall and high winds. As of October 21, 2020, Linfa caused 114 people to lose their lives, 274,500 homes to be flooded or damaged, and an estimated 7 million people to be affected throughout the region. In late October 2020, Super Typhoon Goni, the strongest tropical cyclone in history, pummeled the Philippines, making landfall with winds of up to 310 kilometers or 195 miles per hour. The storm destroyed tens of thousands of homes, displaced more than 300,000 people, and killed at least 20 others. While ports and airports were shut down, the situation became even more difficult due to the global COVID-19 pandemic. Schools, gymnasiums, and government centers throughout the Philippines had to be turned into emergency shelters for evacuated COVID patients. In addition to wreaking havoc through tropical storms, warmer oceans are also playing a significant role in setting the stage for wildfires. Warm areas in the ocean can pull rain away from the land, causing drier conditions in surrounding areas and, in extreme cases, drought. In 2019, the Indian Ocean off the coast of Africa was exceptionally warm, causing heavy rainfall in the region. However, this shift pulled rains away from Australia, which consequently suffered a widespread drought. The year 2020 was marked by massive wildfires all around the globe. Australia grappled with the worst wildfire season in its history, which claimed the lives of at least 33 people, destroyed thousands of homes, and scorched approximately 18 million hectares of land. 3 billion animals were either killed or displaced. Also in 2020, a record number of devastating wildfires raged across California, USA. During the state's longest wildfire season in recorded history, a total of 9,639 rapidly spreading fires burned over 1.5 million hectares, more than 4% of the state's roughly 40.5 million hectares of land. Fueled by blistering heat, the wave of simultaneous blazes destroyed 10,500 structures and caused 31 deaths. In the neighboring state of Oregon, wildfires took the lives of at least 11 people and burned more than 400,000 hectares of land. Research scientist Dr. Katia Fernandez has shown that ocean temperatures play a critical role in setting the stage for wildfires. Dr. Fernandez developed an interactive mapping tool that shows the relationship between sea surface temperatures in the northern tropical Atlantic and wildfires in the Amazon rainforest. The warmer the water, the further north the rainfall is pulled. Regarding the 2014 to 2015 California heat waves and drought, climate scientist Dr. Daniel Swain says the last northeastern Pacific warm blob contributed to both drought and wildfire conditions in California. The impacts really can be devastating. Supreme Master Ching Hai frequently warns about the many dangers of climate change and recommends the quickest, most efficient solution: global adoption of the vegan lifestyle.
If we don't change our disaster breeding provoking way, then disasters will never end. I'm also in tears whenever there is a natural disaster anywhere in the world. My heart aches for the suffering of the people. I feel what they feel, and I'm very, very much saddened. But we can only stop the disaster once and for all by tackling the root problem, that is, by stopping the killing of humans and mass murdering of innocent animal lives. Only when we walk in peace and love on this earth will the earth and nature respond peacefully to us. If we protect others, we will be protected.
Thank you, kind viewers, for being with us today. Coming up next is Jennifer Stojkovic, vegan, empowering female vegan entrepreneurs, right after noteworthy news. Through the grace of the divine, may you enjoy greater spiritual upliftment with every passing day.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/PE.